Hello everyone, welcome to P.B.M. Vending. Today I want to do something a little different. I'm going to start out with talking about some of the lessons that I've learned so far in the business, and then I want to close with just some lessons that I've learned in life that can help with this business. Now, the first lesson I learned is one that everybody should know, and that is that money talks. If you want to buy machines, talk money. If you want to place machines, you got to talk money. Now, there are two video sites that I watch. One is Reyes the Entrepreneur. I like Reyes, and then there's Chrome Vending, and I like him. Reyes is in California and Chrome is in Florida. Chrome never pays commission. At least that's what he says. Reyes always offers 10%. So when I went out to do placements here, I wanted to do no commission. I didn't even get a nibble. I spent a whole day, went into many businesses, did not even get a nibble. So shortly after that, I started getting a placement company, and they wanted me to offer 20%, and I said no. And they said, well, it's 15% minimum. I said, okay. They get placements all the time for 15%. So what did that tell me? That tells me that Illinois is completely secular. They are all about the Benjamins. Boy, I miss the South. I live in Illinois. Illinois and California are cut from the same cloth. They're both blue states. They're both secular for whatever reason. But it's all about the Benjamins, and it's all about commission. And I'll tell you another thing I noticed when I went out that day. I wore my Prayer Box Ministry shirt. I got some downright hostile people. Then I came home, changed my shirt, went back out, not one hostile person all afternoon. So not only are they all about the Benjamins, they are extremely secular in this town, and I'm sad to know that. Now I did a video yesterday called how are you measuring success, and that's important here. This is an important lesson in motivation and your well-being. If you're just a goal driven, and as soon as you place 10, your next goal is 20 and your next goal is 30, you never take the time to say, hey, I placed 10 machines. You checked that off my list. I achieved something. That is success. And that's important. You got to have little victories along the way to keep yourself going. Now, some of the things that I have learned along the way that will help in this business and with your frame of mind is to remember some things. Number one, God's in charge. Keep him there. If you run your business to honor God, be sure to give God the credit. Remember, you couldn't buy the machines if you didn't have the money, and you couldn't have the money if you didn't have the job, and you wouldn't have the job if you didn't have health, and you wouldn't have health if you didn't have God. It's all about God. Keep him there. Now, the last thing, the last section, I called Attitude is Everything. And I have spent most of my life trying to learn and to live this. And this is, no matter what you do in life, whether it's a vending machine business or your job or your marriage or relationships with kids, It really doesn't matter, but attitude is everything. And when I was growing up, I did not even know what an attitude was. I remember one of my second job, I was in a bank, and my boss pulled me into his office and said I had a really bad attitude. And I said, I don't even know what you're talking about. What do you mean attitude? What does that mean? That's fact. I didn't know what an attitude was. So I've spent the rest of my life trying to have a good attitude. And the first part I've learned is the attitude of gratitude. Be grateful. Be grateful to the store manager who let you put a machine in. Be grateful to your employer who keeps you there so that you can make money to start your business. Be thankful to God that you have health and a job and money and ability and all of the things that you have. An attitude of gratitude. And this one I just recently learned. I mean, I've kind of known it peripherally, but I've never lived it, and I'm trying to live it, and that is choose to be happy. When you get up in the morning, you have a choice. You can be happy or you can be grumpy. I spend most of my life getting up grumpy just because the older I get, the more it hurts to get out of bed every morning. So, choose to be happy. And I'll just give a plug here. One of the positive things that I have done to try to get myself in the right frame of mind in the morning is I watch a little show on the computer called Chicks on the Right. And they are happy and bubbly and a good way to start your morning. But look them up, chicksontheright.com, and then they do a Facebook live every morning at about 6:45. Check them out. This I learned, and I've practiced this for about 15 years. And I started this actually because I got bored at the job I was doing, which for me is very easy to do. But I decided I was going to consciously try to learn one thing every day. Whether it was about my profession, about relationships or people or politics or useless knowledge or something, but learn one thing every day. And I've tried to do that. This one is try to help people every day. Taking care of your machines is helping people. Think about the parent who goes and puts 50 cents in your machine to keep their kid occupied until dinner comes. You're helping those parents. That's fact. And this is one that we as humans, no matter how much lip service we give to it, we have a real hard time with this one, and it goes like this. Know that God is God and you are not. You're not God. You're not perfect. You don't have all the answers. You don't have all the material. You don't have all the information. You don't have all of the anything. Except, hopefully, the will to do His will. And I try to do this in each one of the areas, like in our vending, in our real estate, our video shows, our Bible study class, all the things that I do. I try to do one thing every day for that. Like since we're being shut down, and I can't go out and service accounts, I can't go make money, I can't place them. I've been doing videos. I've been working on every day coming up with video content so I can crank out some videos now so that when we're up and running and I don't have time to make videos, everybody will have a lot of videos that they can watch at that time. So try to do one thing every day. If your vending business is where it's at, then try to do one thing every day in your vending business. Whether it's cleaning machines, shopping for machines, buying candy, opening accounts, building relationships with managers, whatever it is that needs to be done for you to build your business, go looking for new accounts, whatever it takes, go do that. Try to do one thing every day. And then the last one is actually biblical, and that is this: slow and steady wins the race. And I'll tell you how I had this brought home to me. Pardon me for just a minute. Okay, when we first started this business about a year ago, I made up a chart. And this chart that I tore when I got off the wall, I don't know if you can see it or not, but this is a chart of the number of machines that we were going to buy. And my goal, the key phrase there was my goal, was 100 machines in 2 years. And we were going to keep our same budget, but we were going to reinvest the money the machines made back into buying more machines, so that for the last 4 months we were buying and placing 7 machines a month. This was a very intense program, okay? So this was my goal, and God just shut everything down. My partner backed out. I couldn't get machines placed. Everything came to a grinding halt. And when it did, and I got off of my plan and got into what God was trying to tell me, He told me, slow and steady wins the race. He said, just do 2 or 3 machines a month, and you'll be fine. You'll get there. It might take you 10 years, but you'll get there. And you'll get there better. You'll get there safer and sounder and more secure than if you rush in. So that's what we're doing. Now, I've been all along in the process of buying machines and building inventory to where I've got enough. We were just getting ready to get back on our schedule when the state of Illinois locked us down. So, you know, no good deed goes unpunished, and God's will be done, and we'll do it slow and steady, and we'll build it just the way God said do it. But remember that no matter what you do, whether it's your vending business or anything, steady, slow and steady wins the race. Okay? All right, well, that's about all I wanted to talk about. I just wanted to talk about lessons learned. And if you find any of these helpful, write down in the comments and subscribe for me. I'm not trying to monetize. I just would like to share it with a lot of people so God can get all the glory. So hit subscribe for me down there, and we will see you in our next video.